musicadmissions.com, and I'm here with T-Spoon doing an interview.
What's up with it, man?
How you doing?
All right.
So, for those of us that don't know and are just getting introduced to you and your music, can you tell us about your name, who you are, how you got started?
T-Spoon comes from one of the relatives of mine, my uncle. They call him T-Spoon. He always called me Junior T-Spoon. Okay. But he used to be like a little Mac back in the day. And as I was growing up, I liked that name. You know what I'm saying? And I pretty much adopted it for myself because of the swag he had with it. Okay. So, T-Spoon and the AKA Nap. Nap comes from my father who passed away when I was young. His name was Napoleon, and everybody called him Nap. So I put the Nap on him. So just like alter ego thing. Okay.
And how did you get started in music? How did you get started in hip hop?
Hip hop, people ain't gonna believe it, but I started out as an R&B artist. I used to sing. We won a couple of talent shows in high school. But as time went on, I started really getting attached to hip hop. So kind of left the R&B background behind. It's still there. I still do my little harmonies every now and then. But the rap really took over. I really got it. I really dig that hip hop.
Okay, so you do sing?
Yeah. You catch me harmonizing on some of them.
Do you play instruments also?
Yeah, I play keyboards and I do a lot of drum programming. Okay.
How long have you been doing this? How long have you been rapping? How long have you been trying to come up with your own music?
Been rapping since '99. Been producing since about '95.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit more about your production, what that looks like, what that feels like?
So the production is called SPOONFED MUZIK. It's also the name of our label. Pretty much I do the beats, all original beats, no samples. You hear that SPOONFED MUZIK sound, you're getting that raw and cut.
Okay, so you don't be Carlos Mencia, man, stealing everybody else's beats, huh?
Oh, no.
You be original, all right, cool.
All original, baby.
Tell us the story on you've got a record that's just coming out, just about to come out. You can get the single now on iTunes. Why don't you tell us the name of that, and tell us a little bit about where the name came from, where the record came from, where you've been recording it. Tell us the story on it.
The record's called "Lying on Me." The first single off the album, "Mr. Come At You." Got the concept from, man. Seems like a lot of people going through where you got people hating on you. That's the word these days. Everybody hating on you, trying to come up, they trying to get in the way, putting stuff in people's ears. You might have people in your own organization putting stuff in somebody's ear, trying to pull you this way and you going the other way. So "Lying on Me" is pretty much, for all the people who have that. You might have it in your family, you might have your best friend, your sister, brother. Anybody can be lying on you just to keep you from attaining your goals, you know what I'm saying? Especially on a job. So this song is universal in that aspect where anybody can relate to that. Somebody wants your position at your job, they get in your supervisor's ear, talking, telling on you. It might not even be true, you know what I'm saying? They just trying to get in your way of your success, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much that. We recorded it at Steve Paul Studios down in Deep Ellum. Been working with him for about almost 10 years. Got a good sound out of there. Just like magic came together with Addiction Down. Walked up to his door, the beat was playing. I had to have it. You know what I'm saying?
So you're at a good point right now. You're getting ready to come out with the new record. What comes next? What's next for SPOONFED? What's next for T-Spoon?
Well, what's next? Right now, we're really gonna get that rotation on radio. Okay. Really hit that real hard, man. Start doing this promotional tour, the Too Much Swag tour. Me, Teddy Blue Eyes, J-Boy Fresh, my boy Greedy Doe. We finna get down, man. We finna show the people what we made. SPOONFED MUZIK is a trademark.
Are these all artists from Dallas?
Yeah, all artists. Well, Teddy's from Beaumont. You know what I'm saying? Greedy from Greedy Grove. J-Boy Fresh out of Fort Worth. We're trying to bring this unity together. All right. Everybody got this little clash going on around here. We're going to try to set a new standard. Okay. So at this point of your musical journey, what are you enjoying most? What are you struggling with the most? Well, I say everything's a struggle, but I enjoy meeting the people, getting to, shake hands, getting to know these promoters, these other artists out there that's struggling, trying to get on, learning a lot more about the process, you know what I'm saying, the business process. You never know enough, to try to get on. And It's a lot of obstacles out there, man. You just gotta have thick skin for this game. You know what I mean? So I'm enjoying that process, man. And the joy of it is when people tell me they like the song. You know what I'm saying? Or loving that song, digging that song, they're coming to my Facebook and MySpace, letting me know that they're really digging what we're doing. So we know we're on the right track.
Yeah, I was telling you before we started the interview and turned the cameras on, I was telling you that I put it to one of the two tests that I like to, either going to the gym or playing it when other people are over. I've been playing it in my crib, man, when I've had people over, and definitely a party atmosphere at my crib, so definitely people have been getting into it as I've been playing it over the weekend.
No doubt.
Man, who would you compare yourself to, man? What are your influences?
My influences, #1, UGK.
Okay.
You probably can hear that in some of my songs.
Okay.
Pimp C, the late great Pimp C, Tupac, Biggie. Of course, my favorites are passed away. You know, you can learn a lot from when you do your research. You're gonna learn a lot from those cats. But the cats today that I really admire, Young Jeezy, Lil Wayne. Everybody just getting it in right now. Drake. And of course, 50 Cent. You know, I'm across the board when it comes to the people that I admire.
That's really cool, man. So, is this something that you've always wanted to do? Did you just wake up a couple of years ago and decide this, or have you always wanted to do this for a long time?
Nah, man, it's been a long time in the making. You know, I mean, I've grown with this. You know, like I said, I started out just doing production, earning my stripes, learning my way through the production. I worked with another late great artist, Tony Thompson from Hot 5. Learned a lot of things from that cat, man. He was a multi-platinum artist, and he taught me a lot about the game, about the business, about the studio work, and I just, crafted my craft from him. Just learned from that blueprint. So, it's not something I woke up with, man. I've been doing this for a minute, and it ain't gonna stop. It don't stop.
So, what motivates you to keep going? Have you ever thought about quitting and giving up?
Quit ain't in my vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? You can't quit, man. We're too close. Too many people they love our stuff, man. So there's no quitting SPOONFED Music. That's why I surround myself with Antonio, Greedy Doe, Mike, J-Boy Fresh, Petty Blue and all them, and my little 16-year-old artist, J-Ron. Man, don't stop. We can't stop. We got too much talent, man.
So Dallas actually seems to be a good place to be right now musically. You've got Deep Ellum going on with New York City, writing in some of their local magazines and newspapers about the scene going on here in Deep Ellum and in Dallas. And Dallas is definitely a place to be right now with hip hop. There's someone that worked with Strange Fruit Project that just produced Kanye's new track Power. Dallas is actually, definitely a good place to be right now as far as hip hop. Are you excited about that? How do you feel about being part of Dallas?
I want to be a part of that movement, man. Dallas is on the verge of something big. We've had a few artists that made it mainstream. The Road doing this thing real big right now. We had the B-Hamps, we had the GS Boys. Dallas got too much talent out there, man. On the rock and roll side of it too, man. Everybody coming up. So I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Do you write your own music out as far as your lyrics? Do you just wait until you get in the studio and flow and freestyle? What's your writing process like?
Pretty much, I write all my stuff, but I let that beat speak to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I heard Mike's track, that line on me, man, he just said something to me. You know what I mean? And the word go. Push play, it was on. You know what I'm saying? Wrote that hook while we was there. It was a funny story about that beat. I had wrote the lyrics before I even heard the beat, but when I heard the beat, it's like these lyrics got to go with the song. The flow it was just so natural for me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my process is pretty much it's a thought process. I got to have a subject matter. It ain't all the women ain't bitches in my song. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to teach people something. So I want everybody to get something out of my music.
So, I always like to always try to be real candid when I'm interviewing anyone, and real talk. Drugs have always been a part of rock and of hip hop. And what is your opinion? What is your experience with drugs?
To each his own. You do what you do. Whatever makes you feel good every morning, that's your thing. I'm not here to judge nobody. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, it is what it is, man. It ain't going nowhere.
For sure. Man, what do you do besides what do you do with your time off when you're not touring, when you're not writing, when you're not performing? What do you do? What do you into besides music?
Oh, my kids, man, my family, my wife. That's first and foremost, man. You know, kicking it with the little ones.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And you were telling me a little bit before we started talking. You also started telling me that one of the things that you're trying to do that's different than everyone else is you're not just trying to put a record out, you're not just trying to perform at a show, you're actually trying to do something bigger than that. Tell us a little bit more about the vision and the dream behind SPOONFED.
SPOONFED, man, we're going to be, like I said, working on DVDs, trying to get different volumes together. We got this Exposing Fuck Niggas, we got Greedy Dope Productions. We'll be doing a lot of different things, getting into the modeling aspect of promotions, putting together big collaborations with our boys, J-Boy Fresh and them over at Lupe 20. They got their own TV show. They shooting a movie right now. Trying to get our hands on everything, man. Master P is Death Row style. You know what I'm talking about? So we'll be dipping and dabbing a little bit of everything. Not just music. You can't limit yourself to that. Just the music, man. That game changes every day. You could be here today and gone tomorrow type thing. So when you got something to back that up, man, movies, DVDs, the models, the production, stuff like that, man, you can always win. It's a win-win situation. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, SPOONFED Music is not just a music company. It's gonna be a big conglomerate.
How do you feel about the current state of hip hop, man? Is 2000 time a good time to be a rap artist, man? Is it easier? Is it harder?
To me, I think it's easier. Some of the content is not like it was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna open the doors for the streets to take it back over. Because right now it's really commercialized. And a lot of street cats are really trying to get it back. They want it back. They hungry right now. You know what I'm saying? So you got the East Coast, they hungry, West Coast hungry, the South running everything right now. But we setting a new standard for everybody to go by, the new blueprint. Everybody gotta catch up now. We running away from it. You know what I'm talking about? So hip hop is changing, man. A lot of people don't like it, but the South is what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially down here in Texas, D-Town and H-Town. Shit, we running, man. You know what I mean? So that's what that is.
Thanks for taking some time to answer our questions, man. Tell everybody where they can get your music out.
You can go to MySpace, /Teaspoon, aka Nap. Check that out, man. You got the new songs on there. You can check me out on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter, T_Spoon, aka Nap. Got me on iTunes. Check me out over there. eMusic, Amazon.com. I'm all over the place, man. We flooding the web with this SPOONFED music thing, man. It's going down.
That's what's up, man.
So, and you can catch me in the streets, man, hand to hand. We all over the place, man. We flooding, working.
Cool, man. Thanks again for your time.
All right, you too, man.
Sweet.